Today.
Breaking down the biggest matchups in college football each weekend. The Lindy's Football Report, Saturday mornings at 8:30 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. From the Jamborees to the Superdome, your source for the most up-to-date scores and stats is right here. Now, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and Cade Wazan.
Good evening and welcome to the Week 2 edition of the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, Ryan Kennedy on the audio, Taylor Sharp on video. We got Dylan DiMaggio, and Skip Cotrere helping us out with our scores tonight. And you can follow us on Twitter at Louisiana Prep. That's at Louisiana Prep on Twitter to find out all the scores. And you can, if you're watching us on YouTube, soon to be joined by our YourView audience, you'll see the ticker on the bottom of the screen with a full scoreboard. We'll highlight a couple of the top marquee matchups around the state with our complete scoreboard coming up in just a bit. As we get started tonight, looking at some of the big headlines coming out so far. You know, they say we always talk about the biggest improvement happens from week 1 to week 2. So are teams making that stride? And in some cases, maybe so. You know, we saw last week a team like Dunham come up short to Parkview Baptist, and tonight they play up in classification against Live Oak and come away with a win. So, you know, you don't want to get too far down the hole, but getting a win in week 2, starting to make those improvements, starting to get more of that buy-in is certainly key.
Really good win for Dunham. Yeah. I mean, I thought last week when I thought they were the better team against Parkview after having seen both of them in the Jamboree, thought they kind of may have possibly had a letdown, thinking they had accomplished something by playing Calicut, and then they go out, didn't play real well last week. They come back this week and play a 5A team and basically throw a shutout. It's 21-3. Final score is 21-3 at halftime. Defense played lights out.
Young man that I worked with quarterback on, Elijah Haven, had a big sack tonight, 8th grader.
8th grader.
About
Ooh,
6'4".
What's he playing?
He's smarter than me and you combined. Well, that's not hard. Never mind. No. That's not a compliment.
What's he playing?
Defensive end.
Big Benny Logan over there coaching him. LSU, man.
You think he's teaching him some moves?
Benny's my guy, man. Love Benny Logan. I'm not going to lie to you. He's a great one. And Caleb Lindecker does a great job on the defense side. Randy over there. Great staff at Dunham. They're doing a lot of good things.
Also tonight, and we'll get into this discussion a little bit later on, but I think one of the things that can not happen and is definitely a cause, or not necessarily the reason, but it's a reason, but not necessarily the cause of you losing a game. If you're a team coming into a big environment, you're going to have penalties. You can't have these personal foul penalties. Stupid things that happen. Hits after a guy is out of bounds. We'll talk about some other stuff that happened. But it seems like I've watched a couple of games tonight, and there was a lot of flags out there. That's correctable things. That's not, you know, I don't know if tensions are a little high. You know, teams of playing in a different schedule. Teams are playing a lot of, right now, I don't know if it's just around the state. I'm noticing a lot of very competitive big non-district matchups, certainly some that involve Baton Rouge teams. So I don't know what all plays into it, but you can't be hurting yourself.
Ruston and Jesuit. I mean, that's one of these. It's not a non-district. They played it up in Ruston. And I think Ruston won,
28-23.
And that's coming off of that brawl last week they had against Warren Easton.
And look, let me tell you, and I didn't know this until after the fact. I was talking with little Steven Insminger this week, back and forth with Texas. Dyson Fields, the running back for Ruston, who was over 2,200 yards and 30-something touchdowns last year, he was ejected after the first drive from Ruston. Ruston had the ball second in the ball game, drove down their first possession, scored a touchdown. It was the second unsportsmanlike penalty last week against Warren Easton, and so he was lost for the game. So you're losing a 2,200-yard rusher, and you lose the game in overtime because you had a pregame unsportsmanlike, and then an unsportsmanlike on the touchdown. So, yeah, you have to control your emotions. An unfortunate situation out of Zachary tonight where I'm not sure of the details and all that. I've been getting a lot of texts about it. Player ejected for John Curtis with about a minute or so left. John Curtis had 2 personal fouls in the last 31 seconds of the first half. Gives Zachary a chance to score. They didn't, but, yeah. And we talked about it, Kate, in the pregame show. When you're playing a big-time game, in any game, not just big ones, but when these 2 teams are evenly matched and you know it's going to be one heck of a battle, one of the biggest things you have to do is control your emotions and play within the lines and play to the end of the whistle if you want, but you have to control what you do.
On the contrary, when I watch Ponchatoula in Dutchtown, this is different. Let me clarify. What you're talking about is not what I'm talking about, because you're 100% right. Late hits out of bounds. When you have a field, sometimes that field, you don't know where those lines end. Ponchatoula's field was terrible, and you could easily, make that late hit.
Mm-hmm.
What
Absolutely.
Jimmy's talking about is, that's a totally different. That's
absolutely
really
and also
ridiculous.
And also when you're in that situation and you have to account for the slippage and the sliding, the officials have to know to take that into consideration. If you're a yard from going out of bounds and the momentum carries you 2 yards past because of field conditions and it wasn't intent or malicious, they have to understand that, hey, that's not a penalty, that's just a field condition.
Kate, I'm looking forward to our little video of the Zachary student body. I want to thank Erica Henry for making that happen. She's assistant principal out at Zachary.
You can't do it without the great teachers and staff at some of these schools we had to go to.
She had it wrapped up and boom.
I know.
I was like, this is going to take forever. She
had
it going on.
We had some walk-on swag we threw out to the student section. We'll highlight some of the best student sections around our area throughout the season and look forward to showcasing them here on the Scoreboard Show. One more thing to note, and I know we'll get into plenty of detail with it later. I would love to get Coach Jimmy Roy and Coach Todd Black's thoughts, but the new playoff classifications came out. 4 divisions on the select side, 4 divisions on the non-select side, 24 teams in the bracket on the select side, 28 teams on the non-select side. Look, maybe it's not where we eventually think we want to get to, but I think these are some better fields for the playoffs.
I think it is, Todd, and I haven't had time to study it. We were doing prep work for the show and recording things and whatnot, but just looking at it, I thought the executive committee did an excellent job in listening to the appeals.
Right.
And the schools like a Plaquemine.
Which were Wednesday, right?
Yes. Or East Iberville, some of those schools like that were originally deemed select are now back on the non-select side. And I thought the appeals committee did a really, really good job, the executive committee.
And I can almost tell you each one of those parishes why they were named select. We know that the Math and Science Academy over in Iberville Parish, which is allowing, students to come from different places. Oak Grove, they're the only football playing school, which they've got flipped around. So there's reasons why they happen. Like I said, they didn't go in there, Jimmy, and just say, okay, them, kind of like they did in 2013. They had a rationale, but what they did.
And not only that, a lot of it, when you're talking with the LHSAA people, a lot of it was because of the way that the superintendents or whoever they deemed responsible for filling out the paperwork filled out the paperwork. They kind of mistwisted things or whatever, but when you look at it, excellent job.
And the reason, it's not that the superintendents did this on purpose.
No.
But why does it matter? Because of federal money, just the way you're classified. If you're a magnet, if those you have these arts and science classes, it matters. Federally, you get different types of money. I'm not saying that they were trying to do anything illegal, not at all. But I'm just saying that that's why it's important to the way you classify yourself as a high school.
Coming up in just a couple of minutes, a victorious head coach, David Brewerton from Zachary, is set to join us to recap their win tonight over John Curtis. Let's go ahead and take a look at our scores from around the state with our first full scoreboard, and we'll start first here in the capital city.
The Capital City Scoreboard, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Zachary defeats John Curtis 40-21. Dunham over Live Oak 21-3. Rummel in a close one with U High 17-14. Carr all over Scotlandville 46-8. West Feliciana a point better than Central 21-20. Parkview over Catholic New Iberia 21-7.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Lafayette Christian 33, Woodlawn 12, Acadiana blank Sulphur 49-0, Carencro 50, Barb 29, Turlings a 41-12 winner over Avoyles, New Iberia 35, Sam Houston 14, Notre Dame 35, St. Martinville 14, and St. Thomas More 28, Alexandria 20.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, served by walk-ons.
Catholic High a 43-34 winner over Warren Easton. De La Salle and Holy Cross are still in progress. Edie White blanks Hannon 38-0. Destrehan a 42-6 winner over John Errett. Central Catholic 35, Abbeville 34. Hanville a 42-41 winner over Mandeville. St. Aug 35, LB Landry 0. And St. Charles 21, Lutcher 20.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, insured by State Farm.
St. Mary's over Buckeye 26-7. Ruston over Jesuit 28-23. Bird over Huntington 46-22.
The North Shore Scoreboard, restored by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ponchatoula 10-7 winner over Dutchtown. Salmon and North Shore still in progress. Amy blanks Laranger 34-0. Brother Martin 28-14 winner over St. Paul. Pearl River 31, Liberty 29. Episcopal 35-15 winner over St. Thomas Aquinas. Lakeshore shuts out Chalmette 35-0. And Hammond blanks Riverdale 42-0.
Don't have time for a cold? A cut? Those allergies? Or a sprain?
I really don't have time for this.
Lake Urgent Care is here to help with easy, convenient online check-in, virtual visits, or walk-in care. Plus, we're kid-friendly and open 7 days a week, including holidays and weekends. When you don't have the time to be sick or hurt, feel better faster at Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours.
Service Master Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks
have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Light beer shouldn't taste like water. Miller Lite has more taste and only 96 calories.
Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and our cast of thousands for Week 2 in the prep football season. Week 2 and the Zachary Broncos are 2-0 following their win tonight over John Curtis out in Bronco country. And from that neck of the woods, head coach David Brewerton joins us. Coach, thanks so much for your time tonight. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much, man. Great night for us.
Coach, considering last week and how your team started compared to this week, is this more the speed you were looking for, more the aggression you were looking for?
Yeah, I think so. We talked all week about, trying to set a tone early on in the game and try and match their physicality, as much as we could right off the bat and then try to play fast. And I thought we did that tonight. Certainly proud of our guys.
Coach, I thought one of the keys going into the game, a lot of teams say you have to get off the field on third down, but I thought going in when you play an option team like the old Parkview or John Curtis or Acadiana, you have to win first and second down, put them in a bad down and distance, make a third down and 6 or longer. I know of at least 4 different times in the first half you held Curtis to a 3rd and 6 or more, and they didn't convert on any of those. I thought that was a big part of the game.
Yeah, it really is, or it really was. Excuse me. The thing with Curtis is. When you have that success like that early on in those downs and you get them to 4th down and everybody breathes a sigh of relief, but the problem is when Curtis' punt team comes on the field, you never know what's going on out there. There's people shifting and motions everywhere, and they did that in the second half and on 4th and 4. And next thing you know, they're in an offensive formation and. They fake it and get a first down. You just feel like you're always have to be on your toes playing against those guys in the way they do things there.
Coach, it seemed that how you doing, by the way?
I'm doing outstanding.
Outstanding.
We dodged the weather. North Louisiana didn't dodge the weather like you guys did, but we thought that it was going to be Jimmy was predicting
We thought it was going to rain. Looking at the radar before the game, it was coming, but we missed it.
I know this is something you'll get corrected, but just talk a little bit about your special teams. I know that was kind of something that, especially after the first extra point, there was a miscommunication there. So I'll let you take it from there.
Oh, man.
You had to bring that up, huh? All the good things, he's going to bring it up, Brew.
Right. We looked like the purple and gold there for a little while, and that's the point. I ain't going to lie to you, man. But, special teams, you know what you're going to get with Curtis and on their special teams. They're so well coached on that facet of the game. So it was something that we, we usually are very good on special teams, and I thought we had a couple of breakdowns tonight. Now, we did have a 95-yard kickoff return for a touchdown, and obviously that's huge. But we gotta be a lot better in what we're doing, or it's going to cost us. It will.
Brew, you are an offensive lineman from way back. That's what you love. You love the way that those guys play the game. I want you to talk about the 4 guys that you have coming back.
Yeah. Those guys, Ryan Holiday, one of our seniors up there, Braden Nelson is the center, Jarek Nettie is one of the guards, and then Jadorian Hinyard is the right tackle. And those 4 guys, played 15 games for us last year, and I'll be honest with you, and this is going to sound terrible, but we won a title being very average up front, to be perfectly honest with you, and we talked over the off season with those guys about that, and it wasn't their fault. It's just one of those things where we were young, and from a talent standpoint, we just weren't overly talented yet. And those guys did some growing up in the off season and came back, and now it's certainly a giant plus for our football team now. We feel like we can do what we want to do on offense because we can get really versatile with running and throwing. And I'm so proud of those guys and the way they've done that. And Coach Jason Davis and Brian Trosclair do a great job with our O-line and H-backs. And we were able to dictate a lot of things to Curtis tonight offensively, where I felt like we kept them on their heels. I thought the drive we had coming out after halftime was massive. I told the entire team before we left the locker room, I said, look, this is what has to happen. We got to have a good kick return right here. We need to get on the field. We need to have a really positive drive. And I think it was a 70-yard drive and put it in the end zone right after that to make it a 2-score game again. So, setting the tone up front was big for us tonight, and very proud of our guys playing against those caliber of linemen that they have.
9 years ago, you took over this program.
Right.
Did you ever think that the marquee game would be and look, let me first say this. I think Coach Brewerton has a vision unlike probably any coach I've ever been around. I know Sid had a great vision, Edwards over there when he was at Redemptress and the way he did things. But did you ever envision your program being talked about in the same breath with a John Curtis who has 26 state championships? The coach is about to become the winningest coach in football history, regardless of whether it's college, high school, pro, or whatever. And not only that, probably going into the game as a favorite.
Yeah. It's certainly humbling, to say the least. But I will be honest with you. Sure, I thought about those things. I dreamed about looking up in the Superdome and seeing our logo there with West Monroe's, and I dreamed about seeing our logo there with the JC logo. And because of the split, we don't get to enjoy that, unfortunately. But I think as a competitor, you have to think that way, and you have to dream awfully big, and you have to, sell that to your kids and to your coaching staff and to your community. And I've been very fortunate at Zachary to have a community that's bought into that, and a school district that's bought into that. Watching, I had to take that in, and I told our staff this week, I said, listen, I'm just going to tell you, don't think bad of yourself when you catch yourself during the middle of this game on Friday looking across and seeing that legend standing on that sideline, because that guy has forgotten more football than we know. And that's okay to take that moment and enjoy what we're doing and what we're trying to build, because a lot of the things that we're doing, try to steal a bunch from him, in the way that he has built that thing over there. So I will tell you, it is a very humbling experience to look up at that Jumbotron and see that final score, knowing who was on that other side.
Jimmy and Coach Brew, you just said all that about him, and he's one of the nicer men coaches that when you talk to him, he's he does it for the right reason.
Absolutely.
He certainly does.
A lot of people think they did everything through recruiting and all this. They didn't. They outworked people back in the day. They hired Tommy Moffitt back before strength and conditioning was ever important in high school sports, and they did it the right way. Kevin Fayard came by the fire station and cooked with us there at Nelson. Danny Wimprine, those guys. Those are the guys who built John Curtis, and it was through hard work. It wasn't through just recruiting. Coach Brew, before we let you go, Student Athlete of the Week, State Farm Student Athlete of the Week is Tylen Williams. Big night tonight, 99-yard kickoff return, 98-yard bubble screen right there at the end of the game or late in the game to seal it for you. Tell us about that young man.
I'm so happy for Tylen, man. When you talk about a kid that's been 4 years in the program, played only JV ball as a sophomore, and then as a junior played sparingly, and then the receiver in front of him got hurt in the semifinals last year, and Tylen had to come in and be the guy in the state championship game, scored a touchdown there, and then had a great offseason and comes in this year as a senior leader for us, 3.6 GPA kid who was incredible in the Jamboree, had another great game last week with 5 catches for 90 yards and a touchdown, and then tonight he went off. I was well on that 98-yard bubble screen. He while he was running down our sideline, the offensive coordinator Kenny Langwise in the headset going absolutely berserk. And so after he scores, I said, "Hey man, I know the play was incredible, but what in the hell is going on up there?" He goes, "Coach, you understand who he was just running away from?" He said, "That's the 100-meter 5A champion last year for John Curtis right there." And he ran away from him, And I was I didn't realize that's who that kid was, but certainly proud of Tylen and what he brings to the table and to our program. And no one deserves a more great kid.
That kid his name's Justin Horn, and he's right. He set a record winning the 110-meter hurdle at 6'1", 210, and people compare him to Duke Riley and Kenny Young, both who went on to NFL careers. So great night for the Broncos, man.
Congratulations, man.
Yes. Thank you guys so much, man. You're right. It is a tremendous night for us. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Coach Brew.
All right, man.
Coach David Brewerton joining us via the Cardinal Financial Hotline here on our Louisiana Prep Scoreboard show. But a great conversation, and we were right on the sideline when he fielded that kickoff.
You tried to run with him the first 2 yards?
I tried.
He pulled a hamstring.
He pulled a hammy, right?
I don't know if I'd call it run. Hey, shout out to the Dunham Tigers listening to us on the way back into town.
Yes.
Dunham Tigers, big win over Live Oak, and had a little person tell me that they might be listening on the bus. So congratulations,
and also,
guys.
while we're talking about them, we got to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to my good buddy Rodney Beloso, Hot Rod's Creole.
Saw him tonight.
It's the best barbecue sauce you can have for pork. They got a garlic butter, and you can go get it at Chris's Specialty Foods.
Should have had that for my ribs.
Good little combo. Oh, it's great on ribs. Pulled pork. Oh, pulled pork. No doubt. But yeah, big night for Dunham. Huge night.
As we head to break, we were telling you we're celebrating student sections all season long. This week, we had a chance to be out in Bronco country to celebrate the Zachary student body and their section. They're going to take us to break here on this week 2 edition of Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show.
Don't have time for a cold? A cut? Those allergies? Or a sprain?
I really don't have time for this.
Lake Urgent Care is here to help with easy, convenient online check-in, virtual visits, or walk-in care. Plus, we're kid-friendly and open 7 days a week, including holidays and weekends. When you don't have the time to be sick or hurt, feel better faster at Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Care. Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, cared for by Lake Urgent Care. Lake After Hours.
Zachary 40, John Curtis 21, Dunham a 21-3 winner over Live Oak. Rummel 17-14 winner over University High. Carr all over Scotlandville 46-8. West Feliciana 21-20 winner over Central. Parkview 21-7 over Catholic New Iberia. Santa Monica and Booker T. Washington still in progress. And Brulia 13-6 winner over St. Michael.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Lafayette Christian 33, Woodlawn 12, Acadiana 49, Sulphur 0. Bar Karen Grove 50-29 winner over Barb. Curling's 41, Avoyles 12. New Iberia 35, Sam Houston 14. Notre Dame 35-14 winner over St. Martinville. St. Thomas More 28-20.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, served by walk-ons.
Catholic a 43-34 winner over Warren Easton. De La Salle and Holy Cross just finished. Edie White 38, Hannon 0. Destrehan 42, John Arrett 6. Central Catholic 35-34 win over Abbeville. Hanville 42-41 win over Mandeville. St. Aug shuts out LB Landry 35-0. And St. Charles 21, Lutcher 20.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, insured by State Farm.
Most of North Louisiana is at the half due to some bad weather and some delays up there. But the finals we have St. Mary's 26, Buckeyes 7, Ruston over Jesuit 28-23, and Byrd 46, Huntington 22.
The North Shore Scoreboard. Restored by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ponchatoula over Dutchtown 10-7. Amite shuts out Laranger 34-0. Brother Martin 28-14 winner over St. Paul. Pearl River 31, Liberty 29. Episcopal 35-15 winner over St. Thomas Aquinas. Lakeshore 35, Chalmette 0. And Hammond shuts out Riverdale 42-0.
Thank you, Skip, and thanks to Dylan behind the scenes getting our scores posted. If you're watching on the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel, or if you're watching on your view at the bottom of the screen right now, you're getting a complete scoreboard, all scores from all around the state in a game that's been played tonight being posted there, and throughout the night we'll highlight a couple from each region. In the north and central Louisiana area, as you heard Skip mention, weather delays, either delaying the start of those contests tonight or postponing where the game was at the point when the delay happened. I don't know if it's worse to have started the game. I feel like maybe it is. If you've started the game, you've gotten some momentum, maybe you got a quarter or so in, and then you've just stopped for 2 or 3 hours, or you just didn't start until 9:30 tonight. I don't know. Maybe it's.
I'm thinking about that. I don't know what you think.
I think I'd rather wait, especially in football. Baseball, maybe not so much, but in football, I'd rather wait and start once you can get it in.
Right.
I mean, you think about Neville last week. They played in a mud bowl.
Over there at Evangel.
At Evangel. 8-0. You saw pictures on Louisiana Prep Scoreboard. You couldn't even see what team was what team. It was that bad. And then tonight, they're, 9:30 before they ever kicked off tonight.
EA Ruston just getting out of half.
Yeah. Jesuit, that's EA West Monroe.
Okay, yeah.
Jesuit. Ruston was another really good game. 7-7 in the second quarter. Ruston took a 14-7 lead. Jesuit came right back and answered 14-14 at the half. Ruston went ahead 21-14. Back-to-back touchdowns made it 28-14, and then Jesuit got 2 late scores. Carbello, who's been really, really lights out, 4-year kicker for Jesuit. Final score 28-23. Ruston wins. Those guys were 4 offensive linemen, but they have their returning quarterback in Jaden Osborne, really good quarterback, and then also Dyson Fields, who we talked about earlier, missed last week after the first series of the ball game, but he's their bell cow. He's the one who's going to touch the football 25 times a night in Coach Ball's offense. So it was good to see him back.
Bell cow. What's that mean? Like, is there like a cow that's like one with the
He's
bell
the one
is
with
more
the bell.
special?
Absolutely.
It's not like Bluebell.
Bluebell's more special.
Cage, you don't know what bell cow?
So it is the lead cow of a herd having a bell attached to the collar around its neck so that the herd can be located easily.
Damn, that's that select school education. Hey, they might not can play football, but you guys are smart.
That's right. Hey, also
Quiz Bowl, baby.
Yes, indeed.
Another game, Coach Josh Laborde over at Livonia. They get their first win of the season, 25-20 over Pine Prairie. Tough week over there at Livonia last week. Some incidents at the school. They weren't allowed to play, so they go out tonight and play their first game of the year and come away with a win. So congratulations, Coach Laborde.
You know, Mr. Bonine sent something out regarding tonight, too. I think we talked a little bit about it, but this stuff's got to stop. All this fighting and on the field, off the field. One thing's going to give. Something's going to give.
We talked about it in Jamboree week, in scrimmage week, when who was it? Woodlawn and Madison Prep.
Correct, yeah.
Going at it before the game ever started on the track of the Jamboree, and it was stopped. The game was stopped because of the weather, not because of the incidents. But we have people glorifying it on social media.
Yes.
That's got to stop. There's nothing good that's going to come out of it.
It's just like 7-on-7 during the summers. You don't see a lot of great plays, but what you do see is all the trash talking, yapping, celebration type stuff. You know, you're right. It's really, if you stop glorifying it, you know, they'll stop doing it.
Dutchtown with another tough loss tonight to Ponchatoula, tied 10-7. That was another game that was in just sloppy conditions. I've been to Ponchatoula before, 2 ball games. They call it the Swamp. They have the big sewer pond, really, behind the visitor side. It's full of mosquitoes. It's the worst place in the world to play. And tonight it lived up to its name with just terrible field conditions.
You know, at the beginning of the year, we talked about them just a little bit, talked about how good their defense would be. And they really lived up to that. And like tonight, they gave up 3 points. There was a pick six that made it 10-7. But you know, their offense has got to find a rhythm. They've got to find a way to keep the defense off the field a little bit. Tonight's conditions did not help a struggling offense. Both offenses, I think, they did their fair of struggling and turnovers. But their defense is playing really well. And, you know, those guys over there, they'll Coach Janis and Coach Smith and Coach Venus will get those guys straightened out, and they'll figure it out. It's kind of tough. They've got too good of offensive line not to, and they're too good of coaches, and they'll get this thing turned around.
Another one I thought was a good win tonight was Hahnville over Mandeville.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them 0-1 coming into tonight. Hahnville lost last week to Newman 35-14. They lost their quarterback in the jamboree for the season. Donovan Freelou played a couple different kids last week, and for Coach Laquette to get something going, I thought that was big. You know, you learn to appreciate every win you get, no matter how big or how small they are, and what you have to overcome, or whether it was easy or not. And I just thought for the Hahnville program, with the way things have went with the Storm last year, you lose kids, you get them back. Now you lose your starting quarterback. For them tonight, that was a significant win.
I'll give you another one. Ascension Catholic in a big win over Opelousas Catholic 34-32. And last night, Southwood over Woodlawn and Shreveport 8-0. Southwood is 2-0. Here come the Cowboys. They hadn't been 2-0 since
2006. And look, they broke an 18-game losing streak to start the season. So congratulations.
I heard they got Westside next week.
Oh, they don't want Westside. Westside did win big tonight.
I wouldn't even get on the bus, Coach.
Another game up there, Todd, LaSalle and Cicely Island. Nobody knows who they are or where they are.
Cecilia Island?
48-0.
42-0, but Cecilia Island goes out and plays with 16 players.
Sicily Island.
Sicily?
Yeah, I was messing with you.
But, yeah, how many players?
16 players. Yeah. So you got to take your hats off to those kids. They could easily shut it down. They go out there. From everything that I read about it, they just competed and competed and competed, never quit. So congratulations.
They only have 90-something in their school. And, you know, a lot of schools that size won't play. So you really do. I mean, they enjoy the game. They're out there. You know, it's 48-0. LaSalle is I don't know. I don't even know where they're located. But, I mean, I know they're up north. But Todd Geis, a Ouachita principal who's up at the Ouachita Parish School Board, that's where he went to school.
Good little note.
Lots more.
And it's a speed trap, too, by the way. When you go through there, you better go the speed limit, or they will be like, they'll offer you coffee and give you a ticket all in the same stop.
Like driving through Transylvania right there. You got to be careful.
That's right.
We'll take a time out. We'll get right back to more scores and more conversations with Victoria's head coaches. You're listening, you're watching the Week 2 edition of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan and Todd Black and Jimmy Roy here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Your View.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Care. Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Week 2 edition. Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy. And I'd like to take this time to thank our friends over at BSN Sports, the best supply network in sports. Got to see Mr. Scott out there working the sidelines tonight, and they make us look good. They can make your team look good. They got all the gear that you need, all the apparel as far as the name brands, and from every sport, really, they got you covered as you're getting into the fall, getting ready for basketball season, getting ready for volleyball, or volleyball's in season. They can really get you covered with everything. So.
Best ball boy in the state, too. He's going to keep them balls dry.
I'll tell you what. That's a hidden secret.
Some percolation.
You're not
diamond in the rough.
People do not realize how valuable that is.
We do have our coach on the line. All right, let's go ahead and jump on the Cardinal Financial Hotline, and we join a victorious head coach, Wayne Stein, as St. Charles Catholic gets the win tonight over Letcher 21-20. Coach, congratulations, and thanks for a couple of minutes with us.
Oh, thanks for having me on, guys.
Man, I tell you what, I heard some poor mouthing coming from over that area in Laplace a couple of weeks ago, but you guys are playing well right now. To beat Letcher 21-20, congratulations.
Oh, thank you, man. Our kids have been resilient. It wasn't perfect, but It was wild. It went down to the wire, but proud of the way our kids found a way to get it done.
You had a defensive player make a big play, inside the 20 to save the game?
Yeah, so really, so no time left. They snapped the ball with 1 second. They're about 90 yards away, right? They throw a Hail Mary. We go to bat the ball down. We miss it. And the guy's running for a touchdown, and we tackle him at the 4-yard line to win the game.
Wow.
You knew he had him the whole way?
What's that?
You knew he had him the whole way, right?
Absolutely not.
Who was the player, Coach?
The player that caught him was Michael Holtar, and the guy he caught was way faster. But he just found a way. He's resilient, found a way to get it done, and, we live to see another day.
Coach, a couple things about your program that I've noticed. I've read where your numbers up to 110 players, the most in school history, and you're replacing 17 out of 22 starters, but yet you're still playing at that high level that you did last year when you were the state champs. What's this say about the status of your program overall?
I hope that it's, continuing to grow, and that's kind of our mantra. Our mantra is expand the brand and not just be happy with where we are, but try to take it to the next step. We lost a lot of excellent players, and we're finding our way. Luckily, we have a great coaching staff that's still intact, and so we play complementary football. Our offense, grinds the ball, and we really got outclassed in the first half, and we were down 7 points. And I told the kids at halftime, I think we feel some of the pressure of, we haven't lost in a long time. And we were looking around like, oh, my gosh, what if we lose? Like, God, we lose, we'll be here tomorrow. We win, we could be here tomorrow. Let's go out there and play better. And we did. We played better in the second half. I hated to see Lutcher lose. I think they're a heck of a football team. And Dwayne Jenkins does a phenomenal job. It was a great River Parish rivalry. It was packed. And I'm glad our kids got a chance to be a part of it.
It seemed like that, even just listening to that, kind of, took some weight off of my shoulders. It almost felt like you, in a sense, after saying that, guys maybe didn't play as tight and maybe kind of found like, let's go out there and play. I don't know if it's, you have that expectation. You certainly know what you've been doing, but every once in a while, maybe you just need that reminder.
Yeah, even our defense has been lights out, and we didn't give up a touchdown in Jamboree or a touchdown in the first game, and we gave up a touchdown, and we were like shell-shocked. Like, oh, my God. Like, guys, people give up touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to throw a shutout the entire year. And so I think after halftime, and Coach Brown got to talk to him and said, look, we're going to do these things and try to play better. But at the end of the day, our offense played better in the second half, kept them off the field, limited their possessions to about 5 possessions. And we were able to stop them in 4 of those 5. And at the end of the day, that's how we got the victory.
I read a pretty cool story about your quarterback. He's the 4th brother or the 5th?
He's the 5th.
The 5th? Did they all play quarterback?
No, he's the only quarterback. Most of them played defense for us.
So he's the soft one. I'm just kidding, Coach.
It's funny because I always used to tell him that. I used to say the offensive Baltimore is soft, but he's a phenomenal player. I mean, he really, really is. He looks like a kid who led the team to the state championship, and he's a great high school football player. He's probably a recruit in baseball, but he's a gutty runner. He made some great throws. He's just a winner, and the program matters to him. Not that it doesn't matter to everybody, but he was here at 3 years old, running around, and so he's got a lot of pride in what St. Charles Catholic football is all about.
Well, Coach, congratulations to the great start. Tell Coach Monica we said hello, wish him the best, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Thank you. And I'm going to say this because I know how Coach Stein is, but knowing when to say what you say at the right time makes all the difference in the world. And he knows his team well enough to loosen them up. And, he had them playing. And, it's a credit to him. And if I'd have said that, he'd have been like, no, he'd have deferred it. So I want to give him the credit, because he deserves it.
Well, and also Lutcher is this high octane of an offense that you had. Like you said, Dwayne Jenkins does a phenomenal job. The Winfield kid, they call him Lunch, returning quarterback, 6'2", 215, counting for 42 touchdowns last year. had 7 last week in their game over, win over Thibodeau. They didn't just – they're going to give up points to a team like Letcher. But to hold them to 20, that's a win.
You said they call him what?
Lunch.
Yeah. Interesting.
What I wanted to say is the idea that, you can't play not to lose in a sense where, and I don't think that they were doing that, but it's like if you get so worried about that and that consumes you, but also the other thing is, boy, you can sense a little bit of that from Coach Stein because he's been around Coach Monica so much, but I miss those conversations of, we're okay. I guess we're doing all right.
Coach Monica was
because those come through, and he's just saying humble, but those guys are kicking butt every week.
Big shoes to fill, and he's
sure.
and he's doing a great job with it.
We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back here for the second hour of our Scoreboard show.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
The Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, presented by Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
From the Jamborees to the Superdome,
your source for the most up-to-date scores and stats is right here. Now, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and Cade Wazan.
Week 2 edition of the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, and Jimmy Roy, along with our cast of thousands. Ryan Kennedy on the audio board. Taylor Sharp on video. Skip Petrayer getting scores. Social media correspondent for tonight, Dylan DiMaggio. Going to speak to a couple of Victoria's head coaches here coming up in just a bit, but let's get you caught up first on the Capital City scores and scores from around the state.
The Capital City Scoreboard, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Zachary, a 40-21 win over John Curtis. Dunham, 21-3 over Live Oak. Rummel, a 17-14 win over University. Carr, 46-8 over Scotlandville. West Feliciana, a point better than Central, 21-20. Parkview, 21, Catholic New Iberia, 7. Sandoval 14, Booker T. Washington 13, and Bruley 13, St. Michael 6.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Lafayette Christian over Woodlawn 33-12. Acadiana shuts out Sulphur 49-0. Carencrow 50, Barb 29. Turlings 41, Avoyles 12. New Iberia 35, Sam Houston 14. Notre Dame 35, St. Martinville 14. St. Thomas More defeats Alexandria 28-20, and Westgate 20, Lake Charles Prep 12.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, served by walk-ons.
Catholic High 43, Warren Easton 34, De La Salle 28, Holy Cross 22. Edie White blanks Hannon 38-0. Destrehan 42. John Errett 6. Central Catholic a 35-34 win over Abbeville. Hahnville a 42-41 winner over Mandeville. St. Aug shuts out LB Landry 35-0. And St. Charles, point better than Lutcher, 21-20.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, insured by State Farm.
Most of the North Louisiana is in the second half. St. Mary's a 26-7 win over Buckeye. Ruston 28, Jesuit 23, and Byrd 46, Huntington 22.
The North Shore Scoreboard, restored by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ponchatoula over Dutchtown 10-7. North Shore 52, Solomon 21. Amite 34-0 win over Laranger. Brother Martin 28, St. Paul 14. Pearl River a 31-29 win over Liberty. Episcopal 35, St. Thomas Aquinas 15. Lakeshore 35, Chalmette 0. And Hammond blanks Riverside 42-0.
Thanks so much to Skip and Dylan getting our scores together. And if you're watching on YourView or the 104.5 ESPN YouTube channel, you can see that ticker on the bottom of the screen giving you a full scoreboard from around the state. Did I read that right? Is Hammond now 2-0 on the season?
They are.
Dorset Buckles.
They beat Amite and Riverdale. They beat Brother Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Big winner over St. Paul's.
And score I was going to go back to here in just a second.
Rummel?
That game there, we weren't out there because we're going to probably have U High next week against Catholic High. But it was early, 7-0, I think, at halftime. Ended up 17-14, if I'm not mistaken. Rummel sounded like one heck of a game.
It did.
And look, Rummel offense last week showed to be so explosive and so balanced. But U-High, we know they can run. They're extremely fast, and was able to, to hold them, to give the offense a chance. They're young on offense. They got 2 returning starters. That's it.
Are you talking about U-High?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they are young. And so, let's go back to Cade in the phone line.
Yeah, we're going to jump.
All right. We got on the Cardinal Financial Hotline, we got our, at one point in time, our Lafayette correspondent. He is still on the broadcast crew for the Karen Crow Bears. I don't know if they were at the open air Crow Dome tonight or not. I didn't get to check.
They
on
were
the road.
at the open air Barb Dome.
That man's too busy
Dome.
fishing to do a whole Acadiana wrap up for us.
He is Ben Love. Ben, how are you, sir?
Look, I'm between a trip to Barb and my next fishing hole, so I'm doing great.
Well, that's about halfway between you and I, so I'll meet you. What time?
6 a.m.
Hey, man, Karen Crow, look, I'm going to take a little bit off of last year when they played Neville. Neville was lucky to win. And this year, they've really kind of carried over that momentum, man, and they look like that they're in 5 or in the top bracket, that they're going to be competitive in that district.
This is year 6 of Tony Corville's era at Karen Crow, and it's coming pretty clear to me this is his second-best team. They won the state championship in 2020 during the COVID year. Right now, this would be the group I would put next, and I don't know if I expected that prior to the season, but they've gone to Alexandria Senior High. They've now gone to Barb, and they basically had, just carbon copy games. They went up 21-0 last week. They went up 16-0 tonight. Let the home team back into it briefly, and then just exploded through them with a physical offensive attack in the second half. So I'm starting to recalibrate my expectations for what could be this season. And I'll tell you, Chance Caesar being healthy at quarterback is the biggest reason why. He ran for 4 touchdowns tonight. Everybody in the building knows when he's about to run it on 3rd and short or 4th and short, and it just doesn't matter. And we'll see if that changes when they play the Acadiana Highs of the world. But so far, the kid's been money in the bank.
Jimmy, I want to hear Ben Love's call for Chance Caesar. I love that name. I think it's pretty
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. Ben, this game was 29-29 with 6:32 left in the third quarter. What happened from that point forward?
There was a momentum-changing 55 to 60-yard interception return. And Karen Crow's best defender is Joni Martin. He's a junior, starts at safety. He just high-pointed a ball at about the 30-yard line as we were seeing it to the left of us and returned it all the way to the 10 yards to the right of us. So from that point, Karen Crow made short work of that possession, had a defensive stop, and then they went on the same type of drive they went on last week. It started late in the third quarter, and it ended mid-fourth quarter. So you give Karen Crow a lead, and they start to see a little bit of daylight in that finish line, they're going to run a drive that just sucks the life out of the game. And so, credit the offensive line, credit the play calling. They've just had a will that's greater than the teams they played so far. And in the second half, they've exerted that.
And 5 of the first 7 games, Todd, is on the road. Tough. Who do they have next?
And look, here's the other thing. Only 9 games this season. So they play at Acadiana, which could be for a district title in week 9. They're off week 10. And now with what we learned today, imagine if somehow they're an upper-tier team and they get a bye, Karen Crow may not play for 2 straight weeks. So we'll find out.
Could be.
That's really like 3 weeks because, it's 2 weekends, but it's basically 3 weeks of not playing a game. Who do they have next week, Ben?
So, look, it's all district from here on out, right? It's a 9-team district. So they play Southside at the Open Air Crow Dome next week and then at Sulphur the following week.
Have you heard anything else that you want to touch on in the Lafayette area tonight before we let you go?
Well, look, I thought the St. Thomas More score was interesting. They beat Ash at home 42-35, and I saw that Ash team last week. So, it's a good indicator maybe that Karen Crow's a pretty good team. I think it's an indicator as well that Ash, even at 0-2, has probably just faced some good competition. So, I mean, there's some things that, as transitive properties go, you start to learn about teams when they play each other.
And this year, you get a great idea beforehand because a lot of these teams are playing such competitive schedules early on.
There's no doubt. And look, for me, the score that I think there was a score last week that jumps out across the state, and that was LCA beating Acadiana. And me personally, the score that jumps out from this week, and I think I saw it was 40-21, but whatever Zachary did to John Curtis, wow. And look, Zachary's the model of what a program should be and could be in our state in the modern time. So I'm not saying I'm surprised by it, but, you point to me a time when John Curtis lost by 3 scores, and I'm going to tell you it's probably been a while.
And that game was 41-14. They got a late score. You mentioned LCA. Coach Falk's done an incredible job. Woodlawn's just struggling offensively. 12 points in 2 games. They haven't been able to block people. They haven't been able to block people in the scrimmage. They haven't blocked them in the jamboree. Or they didn't play the jamboree, but week 1 against U-High they struggled. And then again tonight, 26-6 at the half, LCA. LCA didn't play well in the scrimmage, didn't play well in jamboree, and then you go out as a 2A school playing up in 4A, and now they go beat Acadiana and Woodlawn, 2 of your better 5A teams.
Ben, is their strong point the defensive line?
Yeah, and the kid at quarterback, obviously. But that's I've heard the same thing. I think along the defensive line, it's interesting. You lose Fitzgerald West, and you lose some of the guys they've had in the last couple of years, and they just keep reloading, right? And, they had a guy in Jacardi Carter that now is a coach over at Northside here in the Acadiana area, so you lose some players, coaches, but the commonality is Trev Falk and their commitment to the resources it takes to build what they want at LCA. But, I think the defensive line certainly is a strong point. When you hold Acadiana down like they did, it would have to be.
And I think another thing that makes Lafayette Christian, and I talked to Coach Brewerton about this after they scrimmaged them, or the jamboree. One thing that makes them really tough to prepare for is they play basically a straight cover 0. So it's basically man. It's not man-free or anything. So they're able to send a lot of guys from a lot of different areas, and it puts pressure on you. They're not sitting back in the zone or man-free like a lot of teams do, or too deep man. Or there's all kind of variations, but very few teams play straight cover 0, and they have the athletes to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You got to be athletic on the perimeter, because if you can find a disadvantage somewhere, if you're an offense, that's what's going to hurt you. But obviously, not many people find them.
Right.
Well, to me, it's pretty simple. I'll say this quickly. I called 2 straight LCA straight championship games when they were playing Ascension Catholic in the Dome, and they were better than Ascension Catholic, but those games were close until the 3rd quarter, maybe early 4th, and they would always have, LCA would have 2 or 3 very special players, right? It'd be, Zachary Clement, who went to Northwestern State, or it'd be Sage Ryan at LSU. They'd have 2 or 3 of those guys. Look at that team now. They've got 4 or 5 of those guys on each side of the ball. So it's the caliber of athletes and how many of them they now have.
Well, Ben, thank you for coming on tonight, man. Go catch some green trout tomorrow, and be safe out there, man.
That's the deal. Y'all be good.
That is Ben
Green
Love,
trout,
the
that bass.
voice
That's bass.
of the Karen Crow Bears. Never heard it referred to as green trout.
Like, what's saccalay? Isn't that something like white perch?
It depends on if you're from North Louisiana or South
For
Louisiana.
real? That's the difference?
Down here is saccalay. Up there is white perch. Where are you from?
It's like
you get a little was a pea soup.
Pea soup?
No peep soup.
No peep soup.
No peep soup, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, we mow the grass up north. Y'all cut the grass down here. Ain't nobody doing much of either right now with all this rain.
He's Jimmy Roy and Todd Black, the White Perch. We'll be right back here on the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, and your view.
Don't have time for a cold? A cut? Those allergies? Or a sprain?
I really don't have time for this.
Lake Urgent Care is here to help with easy, convenient online check-in, virtual visits, or walk-in care. Plus, we're kid-friendly and open 7 days a week, including holidays and weekends. When you don't have the time to be sick or hurt, feel better faster at Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Welcome back to the Week 2 edition of the Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. Cade Wazan, Todd Black, Jimmy Roy, and our cast of thousands here as we gather through scores from the capital city and around the state. A score that stood out to us here in the greater Baton Rouge area. A win for the Dunham Tigers, who improved to 1-1 on the season, 21-3 over Live Oak, and their head coach, Neil Weiner, joins us. Coach, thanks so much for a couple minutes with us tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Thanks so much for having us on.
Yeah, the big defensive performance tonight, right, Coach? It's, I saw the score at halftime. I was like, wow. But, your defense stayed strong. Got a good coach over there. I'm sure that helps you out a lot. But
you better believe it.
And you got some good players, obviously.
And look, Sawyer Pruitt, the quarterback, he's only a sophomore at Live Oak. He's an up and coming guy. The guy he's pretty daggum good. So you was able to shut him out.
Yeah, no. Live Oak's got some really good young players that the future is really bright for those kids. I think they played a bunch of freshmen and sophomores out there, and that's not easy to do at the 5A level. But no, our defensive game plan I thought was great. Coach Caleb Linedecker and the staff came up with a great plan, and then obviously it always comes down to the kids that play. But our defensive line just was absolutely dominant. Our linebackers and DBs just did a fantastic job. We actually kind of had a really, really unusual week where the flu kind of decimated us all week. We weren't able to practice at all on Monday. We didn't have enough players. On Tuesday and Wednesday, we had to play wide receivers on the offensive line so that we could have enough to do 11 on 11. And it was just I'm just so proud of our kids. We had so many kids. We didn't even know if they were going to be at school today. And but they just played so hard. We had an eighth grader. We had freshmen playing out there, and they just played their hearts out for each other. And I'm just so proud of them.
So Jimmy was wondering if Coach Benny Logan was coaching up that eighth grader. I heard he had a good sack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah, Elijah, he had a sack, and then the very next was a tackle for loss, back-to-back plays. We put him in a little speed package, and he's just so tough off the edge. So, yeah, no doubt. I tell you, hey, look, just for your show, just to let you know, when we travel on the bus, we usually have your show on, and when our 9th and 10th grade bus heard their teammate's name called over the air, they all went crazy cheering for him. So that was a really cool experience for our guys to have.
That's awesome to hear. So
we
Todd,
appreciate y'all putting this on.
Elijah's the one that tall kid I met at Woodlawn last year.
Yep.
Wasn't he playing some quarterback?
Mm-hmm. And I think he does for JV.
Either that or Neil Smart.
Well.
Neil, I'm getting to the point that you're being smarter than Todd and moving to defense.
What's that do with me?
It's done football. We put all the best players we can on the field at all times if we can,
Neil, I want you to honestly talk about your defense front. I know Benny Logan, great guy, great with the kids. Got to know him a little bit over the last couple of years, just meeting him around the Dunham program and around LSU. But I thought against Cali Kai, those guys up front, they more than held their own.
Oh, absolutely. No, that was kind of our strong suit, and Cali Kai's kind of balancing, juggling some new offensive line guys, and I think they gave him a lot of problems. No, Benny's just he's such a high character guy. Just got such a great, humble, hardworking, spirit about him, and he's just great for our kids. And obviously with the experience that he had, at LSU and wearing number 18, being that guy, and then in the NFL, he's been a tremendous asset for our kids for sure. And our defensive line, when we're healthy and full speed, they're pretty difficult to contend with, as evidenced by tonight. I think our defense. I think they were forced to punt 9 times in the game. We gave them a short field early on. They ended up kicking a field goal, and other than that, our defensive line and defense just got after it.
So, Coach, you went to the transfer portal this year and pulled in a kid from Kentucky and Jackson House and brought him in the quarterback. But in all seriousness, how has he adapted to the change in his life and adapting to his new teammates?
He is such a wonderful young man. I hate that we're only going to get to know him this short period of time. He's a senior. He was up in Kansas with his dad in Kansas City.
Okay,
and,
that's right.
Yep, and then won a state championship there, and then when the parents, when Coach House got the job at LSU, I got a call from our admissions office saying that the mom and the dad were coming by, and that it was one of the coaches at LSU. Well, I immediately got on Google and just started researching who might have kids that age, and then found out his name, and of course, I immediately went to Huddle and watched his highlights, and I said, "Wow, we got to make sure we roll out the red carpet when the dad comes by." And no, we're really excited and pleased. One of the best things about Jackson is he's got an incredibly strong arm. He's a really smart, intelligent, heady kid. He's one of the toughest football players that I've coached. but just the intangibles, the leadership that he's got, just that ability to make the right decision, when to throw it, when to tuck it. To be really honest with you, within the first month of him being here in the spring, I really compared him to Lindsey Scott at Zachary.
Wow.
Just that leadership, take charge. The moment he got here, it elevated everybody else's work ethic. You know, he was the hardest working guy in the weight room. He's calling receivers, hey, let's get together and work after. And it completely elevated everybody's game. And Lindsey had that effect on Zachary, 10 years ago. And I think Jackson's had that ability to kind of ignite us this year as well.
You know, Jimmy, you talk about it's got to be tough for a young man to leave his school, his senior year. And then
coming off a state
to
championship.
Yep. And then when he comes to this, but it seems like he picked up right where he left off, which is good for him and good for Dunham, obviously.
Absolutely. It's been a great fit. I mean, like I said, he's just a high character young man. He's strong in his faith, and he's just been a tremendous asset for us.
Well, Neil, go enjoy this one, man, and congratulations. That's a huge win. Again, Dunham, a 21-3 winner over Live Oak.
How's your son doing, by the way?
He's doing good. First week of classes up at Tech this week, and his mom and I miss him, so we're driving up Saturday tomorrow morning for their home opener. So we're looking forward to seeing him. I don't know if we'll see him again for a while, you know?
Well, tell him we said hello, man. We're happy for him and happy for you guys as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate y'all. All right.
That is head coach Neil Weiner from the Dunham Tigers, courtesy of the Cardinal Financial Hotline. Dunham getting the win over Live Oak tonight. And, going into that game, based on how they played from Jamboree to week one, you knew they were hungry to get a win. You get one, you even your record up at 1-1, and you learn a lot about your team from week one and week two, as we talked about in the opening segment.
I honestly believe that if they would have got blew out by Catholic High in the Jamboree, they'd have beat Parkview last week. I honestly believe that they had a letdown in week one, thinking they were, and we talked about this, we're a little better than they maybe thought they were better than they actually were, and took it for granted that, hey, we can go out there and show up. They had a lot of hype going into the season with them. They are expecting success. They're going to have success, but maybe they thought that they could just show up and have the success. You have to work for it, and you have to earn it every single day and every single week.
You know, in the new Division III, you got UHide, you got Episcopal, and Dunham, all three right there from Baton Rouge. One of those will be your champion. I'm not going out on a limb, by the way.
I was going to say, go ahead.
I want to go back to another score from tonight over in the New Orleans area. It was Newman tonight over Riverside. Riverside's got that running back, Elijah Davis, had 7 touchdowns, over 300 yards last week. And now Newman has 2 games. Well, they got a couple coming up on the road. They got Benton, and then they go to Manny. So interesting in the next couple of weeks, but so far so good for Coach Nelson Stewart and the Newman Greenies. Yeah,
Riverside, I honestly thought this would be a little closer game than it was. Riverside beat St. Thomas Aquinas last week, 62-23. Like you said, Davis, 304 yards, 7 touchdowns. He's a UL commit. Luke Email's a quarterback. But Coach Stewart has stepped up. Nelson Stewart at Newman has stepped up his schedule with Arch Manning and Will Randall over there, both Texas commits. They've played Hahnville, beat them 35-14, beat a good Riverside team, even though Riverside's 1A 42-20. And then, like you say, Benton and then Manny in a couple weeks. Manny, again, we thought their schedule was tougher than what it was going to be. They blew out DeRidder by about 40-something tonight. Sam Houston last week was 35-8 or something.
More than that.
Sam Houston just hasn't recovered. That area, not just Sam Houston, but that area still hasn't recovered from the hurricane from 2 years ago. So Sam Houston looks good on paper when you play a team like that that's in 5A, but they're still struggling because of the hand that they were dealt. So I think I honestly, and I think they're going to be 3A now, if I'm not mistaken. Manny will with the new split, with the new classifications that come out today. But if it was a 2A, there's no one on the non-select side that could challenge Mandy this year. This year now they'll have Sterlington and
I think we said
Unions all in that division, so that there will be some good games there.
Kate, I'm watching Neville, Washita, and they were in a lightning delay. A lot of those schools were, and Neville just had a 15-yard personal foul penalty with 7 minutes left to go, fourth quarter, and it tied up 29-29.
Have we heard anything? I know we're lacking scores up there. We got the Ruston final. Oak Grove, Washita Christian. Last I saw was 7-7. That one has the potential to be a good game. Sterlington, Mangum. Need to try to get a score on that one also.
Let me see what I can do for you, Jimmy.
There you go.
Also, if you're watching via YouTube, we appreciate everyone chiming in with the YouTube chat. I was at the Warren Easton Catholic game. These Catholic boys are the real deal. They're big. Fourth quarter came, and you could see the clear difference. It got real. Part of that Division I now as well. So they're in the mix. We'll take a time.
Also, let me Slaughter Charter. Got a good friend of mine coaches up there. Was 16-8 winner over Vornado. So congratulations to those guys.
EA and West Monroe, 10-10 overtime.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Continuing on one of the most difficult non-district schedules, Coach Lee up there. And hey, we'll talk a little bit more, but Denham Springs 2-0.
North DeSoto, I'm sorry.
Not
North DeSoto, 71-42 tonight. I've got to find out who they played.
And West Feliciana, big win over Central. We'll get to that one when we come back.
This is the Week 2 edition, Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours, Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Your View.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks are professionals, but many companies I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Zachary, a 40-21 winner over John Curtis. Dunham over Live Oak, 21-3. Rummel, a close one over U High, 17-14. Carr all over Scotlandville, 46-8. West Feliciana, 21. Central, 20. Parkview, 21. Catholic New Iberia, 7. Sandoval, 14. Booker T, 13. Bruley, 13. St. Michael, 6.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Lafayette Christian, 33. Woodlawn, 12. Acadiana, 49. Sulphur, 0. Karen Crow, a 50-29 winner over Barb. Turlings, 41. Avoyles, 12. New Iberia, 35. Sam Houston, 14. Notre Dame, 35. St. Martinville, 14. St. Thomas More, 42. Alexandria, 35. Westgate, 20. Lake Charles College Prep, 12.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, served by walk-ons.
Catholic High, 43. Warren Easton, 34. De La Salle, 28-22 winner over Holy Cross. Edie White, 38. Hannon, 0. Destrehan, a 42-6 winner over John Ehret. Central Catholic, 35. Abbeville, 34. Hanville, 42. Mandeville, 41. St. Augustine, 35. LB Landry, 0. And St. Charles, 21. Lutcher, 20.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, insured by State Farm.
Neville and Washita are in the third quarter. East Ascension and West Monroe are in overtime. Sterlington defeated Mangum. St. Mary, 26. Buckeyes, 7. Ruston, 28. Jesuit, 23. Oak Grove and OCS are still in progress in the third quarter. Franklin Parish, 23. St. Frederick, 20. And Byrd, 46. Huntington, 22.
The North Shore Scoreboard, restored by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ponchatoula, 10. Dutchtown, 7. North Shore, 52. Salmon, 21. Amite, 34. LaRanger, 0. Brother Martin, a 28-14 winner over St. Paul. Pearl River, 31. Liberty, 29. Episcopal, 35. St. Thomas Aquinas, 15. Lakeshore shuts out Chalmette, 35-0. And Hammond blanks Riverdale, 42-0.
Thank you, Skip, and thanks to Dylan behind the scenes as well. Jimmy, in overtime for EA in West Monroe.
Yeah, and a couple other ones. West Monroe actually tied that game up with 11 seconds on a field goal to force overtime. We have a 48-20 winner. Washita Christian, they paid a heavy price. They lost their running back. He broke his tibia and his fibula. He's out for the year. Zach White replaced him there. Fractured tibia. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. They lost a wide receiver. They paid a price in that win. Tonight, it says a lot about Coach Fitzhugh.
You said 40 to 28?
48 to 20.
Okay. Nice job. Yeah, and so Louisiana area coming in very late if anything, delays, massive delays in just the till after 9 p.m. tonight. So that's why a lot of these are coming in any that have come in final would surprise you.
No, East Ascension, let's update East Ascension, West Monroe. Time elected to go on defense and held. So let's see. They ought to be getting.
Would be huge for Coach Lee and his team going up on the road. And the long drive back home.
Oh, they'll be getting in it. Shoot.
I mean,
3.5
on
hours
the bus. So figure
Probably
4.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll be getting in 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Back and forth ball game. Have to give a the scores, and it just went back and forth, back and forth. I've said it before. I think they're the favorite to win. I think Plaquemine on paper edge to West Feliciana. It went 7-0 Central. Westfield ties it up. Picks Central Carolina scores with 4:28 left to go up 20.
With your win, 16-10 over West Monroe.
That is phenomenal for Coach Lee and the boys. Not to say that they were going up there had no chance of doing it, but going up, considering everything, you get a win. That is a much better ride home. Parkview Baptist don't look too far. They're now 2-0 on the season with their win. A score from last night: Liberty and was it Pearl River, and so Liberty falls a second game, and we know the competition they're going to face inside that 4-5A district. It's going to be tough. So very a tough start for that team. And look, a lot of new faces on that football team, new district, but a tough start so far for Liberty.
I think it's going to be tough for Liberty to find wins, and here's why I say that. They had a really good year last year record-wise.
Yeah.
Their strength of schedule last year was also, I don't know if it ended as the weakest in 4A or they moved up a few spots at the end, but they didn't really play a strong schedule. But granted, this is only their second year of playing varsity competition. It's the fourth year to have a program, second year in varsity. And also they lost Caleb Jackson, the LSU committed running back, who's a 210-pound bull, and when you lose him against Southern Lab to an injury, I've heard different reports. I've heard he's going to be out a week or two. I've heard up to 6 to 8 weeks. Which it is, I do not know. But that program is just not where it will eventually get, and especially with the schedule that they're going to have coming up, it's going to be tough on them. And Corey Lindsey's doing a good job over there coaching. It's a change.
He's Jimmy Roy, along with Coach Todd Black, Cade Waza here in our Cast of Thousands. This is the Week 2 edition of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. One more segment to go before we wrap things up tonight. Stick around. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and Your View.
I'm Jay Ducote. I grew up learning how to cook at LSU tailgate parties and right in my own backyard. And I created JD's Louisiana products to bring that Louisiana flavor to you at home for your backyard cookout. JD's Louisiana barbecue sauce, Louisiana molasses mustard, spicy and sweet barbecue rub, and more are available at your local supermarkets or by logging on to jducote.com/shop. Put in promo code CST for 25% off at checkout.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret, the best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you were born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Le posso offrire un caffè? Andiamo insieme da me, non c'è.
Call Mr. Electric today for electrical repairs, upgrades, and installations.
Don't have time for a cold? A cut? Those allergies? Or a sprain?
I really don't have time for this.
Lake Urgent Care is here to help with easy, convenient online check-in, virtual visits, or walk-in care. Plus, we're kid-friendly and open 7 days a week, including holidays and weekends. When you don't have the time to be sick or hurt, feel better faster at Lake Urgent Care and Lake After Hours.
Urgent Care, Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. The Capital City Scoreboard, cared for by Lake Urgent Care, Lake After Hours.
Zachary 40, John Curtis 21, Dunham a 21-3 win over Live Oak, Rummel 17-14 winner over U-High, Carr all over Scotlandville 46-8, West Feliciana 21-20 winner over Central, Parkview 21, Catholic United Area 7, Santa Monica 14-13 winner over Booker T. Washington, New Orleans, Bruley 13, St. Michael's 6.
The Acadiana Scoreboard, pumped by Peak Performance.
Lafayette Christian 33, Woodlawn 12, Acadiana 49, Sulphur 0, Carencrow 50-29 winner over Barb, Curlings defeated Avoyles 41-12, New Iberia 35, Sam Houston 14, Notre Dame 35, St. Martinville 14, St. Thomas More 42, Alexandria 35, and Westgate 20, Lake Charles College Prep 12.
The New Orleans Bayou Scoreboard, served by walk-ons.
Catholic High, Baton Rouge 43, Warren Easton 34, De La Salle 28, Holy Cross 22, E. White 38, Hannon 0, Destrehan 42, John Errett 6, Central Catholic 35, Abbeville 34, Hanville 42-41 winner over Mandeville, St. Augustine shuts out LB Landry 35-0, and St. Charles 21, Fletcher 20.
The North and Central Louisiana Scoreboard, insured by State Farm.
Neville and Ouachita are in the fourth quarter. East Ascension has defeated West Monroe 16-10. Sterlington 51, Mangum 32. St. Mary 26, Buckeye 7. Ruston 28, Jesuit 23. Ouachita Christian 48, Oak Grove 20. Franklin Parish 23, St. Frederick 20. And Bird, CE Bird 46, Huntington 22.
The North Shore Scoreboard, restored by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic.
Ponchatoula defeats Dutchtown 10-7. North Shore 52, Salmon 21. Amite shuts out Laranger 34-0. Brother Martin over St. Paul 28-14. Pearl River over Liberty 31-29. Episcopal 35, St. Thomas Aquinas 15. Lakeshore blanks Chalmette 35-0. And Hammond 42, Riverdale 0.
Here we go. Kyle Morris here with Kevin Fayard.
Danny Wimpron.
We are at Zachary Fire Department before the Zachary John Curtis football game on Friday night. Cooking a little pasta live for the fans. Gentlemen.
They say y'all gonna show us how to cook pasta live. We're gonna show y'all how to play football.
Go Big Blue. You are watching Louisiana Prep Scoreboard.
Thanks so much to the fine men over at the Zachary Fire Department. Always a great job. What they do for the school, not only cooking that pasta lia to sell at the games, but cooking up a little pasta lia for John Curtis and had some representation out to Bronco country.
Danny Wimpron was their quarterback.
It was very, very good. Real quick update, Todd, on the score of Ouachita. Neville, do you have it as a win final?
It's not final, but it's 43-29.
Cardell Sermons, 220 yards, 4 touchdowns last week against Rummel. This week carries 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's off to a heck of a start.
Taylor, if you can pull up this computer for our audience. Last couple of minutes of tonight, news came through after the appeals earlier this week. The 2022-23 brackets, football, girls and boys basketball, softball, baseball. As you can see, a little bit of a small print, I apologize, but select, non-select on the football side, divisions 1, 2, 3, and 4. 28 teams per bracket on the non-select side, 24 on the select side. Now, certainly I can go through the list here in just a second of some of these schools. But as we mentioned in the first segment, this seems to be at least moving us in a better direction as far as competition goes when it comes to playoff time.
The biggest thing that I see that I don't like and I don't understand, and I don't know the answer to it, I'm sure they have one, but why are we still at 32 teams in baseball? I mean, you have blowouts so bad in those first rounds. Just make it for all sports.
Aren't they about to go 2 out of 3 there too?
I think so.
In the first round? Yep. You know, when they do something like this, you know, everybody individually, there's going to be teams that are pissed off. And the thing is I was talking to a coach today. I said, when you have an issue with the parent, you tell that parent you see things as 1. I see things as 22. That's the same logic that the LHSAA works when they do things like this. They have nothing against anyone. This group doesn't anyway. And so you got to look at it, what's best for the association. 1 team, 2 team, yeah, they're not going to be happy.
They're not going to be happy.
But it's not any worse than what Selects dealt with in 2013. What that was, you know, they didn't have a choice in it. That was it. They just got thrown to the side. So, I mean, hey, it ain't going to always work out in your favor, but I think they really did a good job in trying to make the playoffs more competitive and bring the integrity back to those brackets.
I think they've done a good job with it. Now, it's so new. When this first come out, we really didn't hear much backlash, and They got a chance to appeal it this time, which they did not in 2013. So it's going to be interesting to see within the new week. Everybody had games tonight, so their focus was on that. What's being said next week as far as people pushing back or say, okay, we like this. We'll see.
And I think a lot will have to be, evaluated after that first or second weekend in December, seeing how it played out, seeing how the brackets came through. And then, you're right, when we go through basketball season, et cetera. But could be a step in the right direction. Thanks so much to all.
It's not backwards, I promise you.
For sure.
Based on what we were dealing with.
Thanks so much to all the guests who joined us tonight. David Brewerton from Zachary, Wayne Stein from over at St. Charles Catholic, Ben Love, the voice of the Karen Crow Bears, Neil Weiner, head football coach over at Dunham. Am I leaving anyone off?
Just a big congrats to Coach Darnell Lee.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much to our crew, Skip Cottrell, Dylan Maggio, Ryan Kennedy, and Taylor Sharp producing the program tonight. We are back on Sunday for Louisiana Prep Weekly. Join us at 6 o'clock on Sunday, and then again a week from tonight for the Week 3 edition of the Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show. For the coaches, Todd Black and Jimmy Roy, I'm Cade Wazan. We will see you next Friday night. Lake Urgent Care Lake After Hours Louisiana Prep Scoreboard Show, 104.5